Man, what's good, y'all, man? I'm back with another video, man. So, look, I want to talk about chosen ones and not having friends, right? And I also want to talk about, my experience with not having friends. And to this day, I still don't have no friends, right? Right? So, look, it's been about, I want to say maybe like 2.5 years. I want to say since like 2019. Like 2.5. I think in November of this year, it'll probably be like 3 years. I don't know. That's only if I go that long without still having friends. But you know, the journey without having friends, I ain't gonna lie. Like when I first, like, I ain't gonna say like I cut my friends off, cause like on my old, like when I went through my whole my spiritual awakening and stuff like that, it was kind of like me distancing myself, protecting my energy and stuff like that, right? But when I started going, I think like last summer, I think I went on like a little vacation or something like that. Like I went out of town, and I think I posted on my Instagram, and I made an Instagram. I made a video saying that how I deleted my social media and how it helped me better my life. Helped me improve. Focus on myself, right? But now I end up getting back on on social media just to you know push out some messages like like take pictures of me in nature and stuff like that. Post stuff that really matter, right? Instead of posting irrelevant ass posts that don't mean anything. Like I can still do that, but my Instagram had got hacked when I had like almost 1,000 followers, right? So I had to restart, and I had to make me a whole new one. So now I gotta start butt naked all over again, man. But anyways, though, I'm not gonna say that not having friends is good or not having friends is bad. Or I'm not gonna say having friends is good or bad, and not having friends is good or bad. But I'm gonna tell you, like, if you alone, like if you don't have no friends, that'll give you like the opportunity to focus more on yourself, right? So like if there's anything you want to do, if you want to bring your vision to reality, that'll be the perfect opportunity, or that'll give you the perfect chance to you know focus on yourself, because you don't have no friends trying to distract you, trying to call you out to the party, or just to go smoke, or just anything, right? Or it could be about if you single, like if you don't got nobody to work, and like nobody to to tend to, like a girl or something. I don't know. Like you could just focus on yourself, right? You could put all that energy that you would be dishing out that reaper. You could just put that all towards yourself, and you could focus on yourself, right? And you start to see results the more and more you focus on yourself. Like to this day, like I don't even I hardly go anywhere. Like besides, like if I need to give me like some soap, deodorant or something, or if I give me some food or something, like and I heard, and I said, remember I made a video about a food shortage. I made a video, I don't know, like some months ago, like sometime last year, I made a video about the food shortage, right? And recently, my mama, she just told me, like, the food shortage kicking in. I don't know if it's here, but she telling me it's been kicking in. So I don't know. Like, I've been trying to tell people like the food shortage was coming, and I'm not saying that like I'm the only one that know this, cause it's all over the place, man. Just do your research, man. Look it up. But they more on the religious side, so they into like the famine and stuff like that. Now, if that's what it is, then so be it. It has to come, right? But like I said, there's some truth in the Bible. You just gotta read, like, and it's crazy because like, I be reading sometimes, and I be trying to point out some things to them that they probably never read, because growing up in church and shit like that. It's like the pastor only read like certain scriptures, like they don't really read the whole thing. So I just be asking like general questions, like just not to like start like a irrelevant conversation, but like if the Bible say this, right? If the Bible say this, like I'm gonna give an example, right? And I don't mean to bring this up, but in the Bible it say the earth is flat, right? It say the earth is flat, but them be the same people that believe that the earth is also round. But I ain't really gonna get into that though. But like I said, it's in the Bible. You just gotta read. Now, I ain't gonna tell you whether it's true or not, but it's proof out here that you could go to. But anyway, let's get back on topic, man. Let's get back on topic. We're gonna talk about not having friends, right? But once you and I remember it be like along my journey too. I wanna say I was, and I wanna say maybe just like last year when I was probably like a year and a half into my spiritual journey. I think when I moved back with my mama, cause I used to live with my pops. Like at the beginning, like when my spiritual awakening first hit, I was living with my pops, right? I was trying to wake him up too, but he was already conscious. But for some reason, I feel like when I had my spiritual awakening, it's like he became a bot or something. I don't. It was crazy. Like it was like the road switch because before my spiritual awakening, he was like on the conscious side, and I was like a bot. But then, or like I ain't gonna say a bot, but like somebody who wasn't conscious, right? But now that I'm conscious and stuff like that, I feel like I could just certain people just like seem different to me. Like the energy, just the vibe be different. Like I don't never try to put myself above anyone. But I could say people consciousness don't be where it's supposed to be at. Like they just be focusing on the wrong shit. Most people they be focusing on other people, they be focusing on other shit, and they wondering why their life ain't going the way they want it to be. Is because you're not focusing on yourself. You focusing on everybody else, and then people make me feel like I'm doing something wrong because I'm focused on myself. Like what? Anyways, um, like yeah, like the more and more you focus on yourself, it's like you got more energy to do whatever you want to do. Like your money will start to increase. You would just have a lot of options, right? But I know before I ain't gonna say like, well, yeah, I'm gonna say it because I was once there, right? So before, like when I used to smoke and shit like that, I used to depend on like my friends, like getting the weed and stuff like that, cause we all in the same group, so it's like if I got some weed, then sure, if you want to smoke them, you can smoke them, because you my homie and shit like that, and vice versa, they had some, we all smoke with each other, right? But now I look at it differently because it's like, boom, now I'm gonna get my own money, so it's like I could get my own weed, right? Or not, because I don't really smoke no more, but I'm just coming up with an example of like when you focus on yourself, it's like your value increase, right? So instead of having to depend on everybody, you could just depend on yourself because you've been focusing on yourself, so you gonna get it done for yourself, right? That's how it's gonna be. And I'm telling you, and I made a video about miracles gonna start to happen when you start to when you align with your purpose, right? Like when you start to align yourself with what you came here to do, or your purpose, or your passion, whatever you want to put your heart towards, and stuff like that. The universe, God is gonna work for you. I'm telling you. Or it's a lot of doors that's gonna open for yourself. Like a lot of people be trying to offer me help, and not saying that I don't want their help, but it's just like I don't want to get too dependent on other people helping me out, because it's just that dependency, right? But yeah, it's just 2.5 year journey without me having friends, man. It's pretty decent. Like if you used to having friends and you start to lose friends in the beginning, it's probably gonna feel a little weird. Well, actually though, at the beginning, I still had friends. I still had friends, but it was the friends that I had was changing. Cause at first, the friends that I used to have, like I said, I used to smoke. I used to do crazy. Like I used to just be into a lot of shit. Right. So say if I had friends like that I used to like fight with or something, or I used to, I don't know, just used to do reckless shit with, right? But when I had my spiritual journey, the friends that I had changed. So it was more like positive people coming into my life that, you know, that was into more content. I remember this nigga I was talking to, you know, he was a little content. I don't know if he was faking just to be my friend or just to be cool with me, or if he was actually conscious. But the vibe was changing because we went from talking about. But see, the thing is though, I was always on like some conscious shit, but I never really knew it. Like when I was young, I used to be into like conspiracy theories and shit like that. And now it's just like that's all I hear now when I be talking to certain people. I'm like, oh, conspiracy theory. Man, I'm trying to tell you, most of the shit out here, bro. You look into it, it probably won't even be. Cause, and I was reading something the other day, or like last week. It said some. Most of the far fetched shit might be the truth. Cause you know, you would never know in this world that we live in. Cause they try so hard to cover shit up, man. They just try so hard to cover shit up. But yeah, if you don't have no friends, man, don't feel bad. That should be your opportunity to focus on yourself. And there was somebody in the comments that said something about their son had no friends and stuff like that. Now, one thing about that is when you're alone, you could enjoy your life. You can enjoy your life. You could do everything that you did with friends. You could do it by yourself, right? Now I don't know the age that the people watch my videos, but like, you know, if you want to, like, I wouldn't promote like partying, but if you want to party, you could do that by yourself. Like, I don't know, if you smoke, you could smoke by yourself, right? And on top of that, you will say way more. Whatever you smoking, you will say way more instead of dishing out always to friends, right? Or say like me, when I go play basketball, I go play basketball with myself. When I get on the game, you know, when I begin my content, I'll be on it. But I don't run with nobody but the randoms on 2K. And I'm good enough so I can run with randoms. And I be winning half the time, majority of the time. So it's like I don't really trip. And I feel like that make my content even better because it's like I'm playing by myself with two other randoms that's probably not even good. You know, sometimes I might, but it's just being alone is just a lot better. You get peace of mind. You don't gotta worry about nobody doing you wrong, none of that. I sit right here and tell y'all live. I ain't never think about, you know, getting some friends. Cause sometimes it do get a little lonely, but you know, I don't know. But you just gotta remember what you in for, the bigger picture. Do you want to waste your energy on some friends for that temporary pleasure, for the mimetic desires, or you wanna focus on yourself and end up where you wanna be in the long run? Cause a lot of people end up. Cause I remember my pops used to tell me all the time. He was like, you always been out with friends or something like. Cause he used to always tell me, be care the company that I keep, or like, he used to always tell me about the friends that I had, right? But I never used to see it. Yeah, like I said, he used to always tell me, but I ain't never used to see it. But like now, it's like now I'm starting to pay attention to a lot. I'm starting to peep a lot of shit. So you definitely gonna have your peace of mind when you don't got no friends. I'm telling you, it's worth it though. It's worth it. It's very worth it. But I ain't gonna make this video too much longer. I'm gonna go and wrap it up right here, man. Make sure y'all stay up, man. Y'all be blessed, man. I'll probably be back with another video probably later. I don't know. It depends what I be thinking about. But I'm out there.